Yesterday was Easter, and we had about 30 people at our house. And it felt completely different than it used to. Hi, I'm Lisa, and this is Second Peak Midlife. So, we had everyone over after church. It was all family, and we had a potluck. And I cleaned up the garden just a bit, and as you can see, the flowers were just gorgeous. And I had all the fall leaves out of the beds over there. Not out of here. I didn't even bother with that. I weeded the gravel. I trimmed back some dead stuff, and I added these petunias just to bring a contrast of color against the azaleas, and nothing elaborate. And it was just simple. And I don't know, inside I set the tables with some spring tablecloths and some pale pink, just plastic plates and gold plastic utensils with matching napkins that I got off Amazon. It was just a set, nothing fancy, nothing overdone. And I had some little white chargers underneath it just because I didn't know how flimsy they would be, but it was just welcoming. And the porch, well, it's a mess. It's still from winter, and stains from the leaves and pollen everywhere. And we did the best we could. The yard guys blew it off, but honestly, I just didn't really worry about it. It was all tracked inside. I didn't even care. And it's just that there used to be a time where I would have done this very differently. And I would have stayed up late the night before and putting out all the decorations and had tons of just Easter decor everywhere and trying to make everything perfect. It was practically like Christmas, as far as decor, trying to make it all look impressive. And underneath all of that, it was just stress. Major stress. Pressure. And just the feeling like it had to look like it was straight out of a magazine and everything had to be just right. And something's changed for me in this regard. I just don't approach it that way anymore. And I just realized that I realized yesterday that there's a difference between entertaining and hospitality. Entertaining is about presentation. It's about the way that everything looks. It's about showing off. And hospitality is about presence. It's about entertaining says, look what I've created, look what I've done. And hospitality, on the other hand, says, I'm just glad you're here. And those are very different things. And so I had picked up a honey baked ham and a honey baked prime rib and just some already chopped up fresh fruit, and everyone brought a potluck something, their favorite spring dish, and people sat around, and thankfully we ended up having a beautiful day. We were blessed with just a gorgeous day, and everyone just sat around talking and laughing and moving in and out, and kids running around. Listen to those birds. It just felt easy. It felt comfortable, relaxed. And then later, people started texting me back, oh, I love being at your house. It just feels right, having Easter there. And that just meant more than anything. It meant more than it would have if it had been perfect. And so just that realization, because what I've come to understand is this, that there's effort still there. I cleaned. I didn't use a toothbrush on the tile grout in the floor, but I prepared. I didn't feel like I had to make all the food homemade, and I still thought things through, where I would put everything and everyone, but I just didn't overthink everything. And the effort isn't the point anymore. The point is the fellowship. It's the connection. it's the feeling of being together. And when that becomes the focus, then everything else just seems lighter. Even the messes on the floor, I was able to clean up so fast, and I had to re-vacuum and re-mop everything, but it was totally worth it. And this is something that I've been learning in a lot of areas of my life, is just not to overdo, not to strive for perfection, just to show up and create the space, and create the space for people and for conversation. And that's how life actually happens. I used to think that I had to create something impressive and something just, like I said, perfect. And now I just want to create something that feels relaxed and feels right. And it turns out that that's what people remember. Not necessarily how it looked, or that there was dirt and crust on the porch, but how it felt. Please like and subscribe if you resonate with this video.